It was a shocking moment. A sheriff shooting and killing a judge right in his chambers. There was buzz the motive had something to do with the sheriff's teenage daughter. Now she's breaking her silence.
After the phone call, which, by the way, didn't actually go through, Sheriff Stines' whole demeanor completely changes. Out of nowhere, he reaches for his department-issued firearm, takes aim at Judge Mullins. This continues for a couple of minutes, and then boom.
A police officer shoots a judge in the judge's chamber. Why? Why? Y'all about to find out. And then when you find out, you tell me if the cop was wrong or not.
It's lunchtime on September 19th, 2024, and officials out of Whitesburg, a rural community in Letcher County, Kentucky, gather in the chambers at the Letcher County Courthouse.
It's shocking video. A sheriff fatally shoots a judge inside his judicial chambers. In this surveillance video, you can see the judge, Kevin Mullins, trying to reason with Kentucky Sheriff Mickey Stines right up to the moment he opened fire.
Some of those present are Judge Kevin Mullins, County Sheriff Shawn Mickey Stines, and Pastor Michael Clark, who's also the community liaison. Given the fact that Letcher County is so small, everyone pretty much knows each other, and so although this dynamic may seem somewhat off, them all meeting up on their lunch break, it's a fairly usual arrangement. September 19th is like any other day. On the day in question, the group decide they're going to grab a bite to eat across the road at the Streetside Grill and Bar. After a brief chinwag then, that's exactly what they did. Sheriff Stines is captured on CCTV leaving the chambers by himself. He heads towards the county jail that sits at the back of the courthouse. At the time of recording, it isn't entirely clear where specifically he went to or why he made the trip. The rest of the group are captured a short while later, making the journey to the restaurant. Sheriff Stines joins them minutes later. So this is where things take an interesting turn. While in the restaurant, the group for the most part were having what can only be described as a normal conversation. However, the same couldn't be said for Judge Mullins and Sheriff Stines. Yes, although it's believed they engaged in the ongoing discourse, at some point, according to at least one witness, Judge Mullins uttered to Sheriff Stines, "Do we need to meet privately in my chambers?" suggesting there may have been some sort of tension between the pair. At the time of recording, the context behind the conversation isn't known, and it isn't clear if investigators know it either. That isn't to say that they don't, it just means that maybe they feel it could jeopardize the case moving forward if they were to release it so soon. Remember, this case is still ongoing. Just over an hour later, Sheriff Stines is spotted leaving the restaurant by himself. He gets into his cruiser that's parked next to the courthouse as he's about to go deliver some food as part of the ongoing delivery service program Letcher County has set up for families in need. It's essentially a mobile food bank. CCTV doesn't show it, but Pastor Michael Clark has also tagged along. According to Jeremy Bartley, Sheriff Stines' legal representative, while travelling with Michael Clark, he was asked to deviate from his usual route. At that moment, he reportedly became concerned that he was being deliberately isolated. This feeling was so serious, ladies and gentlemen, that Sheriff Stines allegedly feared for his life. Why that was is a question that still hasn't been answered, but we'll explore this theme in greater detail later in the video, so make sure to keep it in mind.
You and your partners go out to lunch and all type of shit. All y'all professional ass niggas. You got to go handle your business and he decided to follow along with you. Yo, I mean, it's called isolation, nigga. He know what he's doing. But the reason why he's scared for his life, because he's guilty of some shit. And you wouldn't imagine what the fuck this nigga guilty of. God damn it.
In the video. To no surprise, nothing ever happened during the trip, and at around 2:36 PM, the cruiser's captured on surveillance camera pulling back into the courthouse grounds. Bizarrely, Sheriff Stines decides to circle around a couple of times with Michael still present. When they eventually park up, they exit and head back towards Judge Mullins' chambers. The CCTV on your screen has no audio, so I doubt we'll ever truly know what was said between the pair. It isn't clear if Sheriff Stines has told detectives what the context of this conversation was either. That's something we just don't know at this moment in time. Even if he has, we don't know if it's the full truth or just his truth. What is strange about the footage though is the fact that both men appear very laid back. Judge Mullins even lights a cigarette. It doesn't seem as if there's any tension. That is until Sheriff Stines asks to use Judge Mullins' cell phone. You see, he had been trying to get in contact with his teenage daughter, and when he couldn't reach her via his own cell phone, he asked Judge Mullins if he could use his for that exact reason. As you can see, Judge Mullins hands the phone over with no hesitation. Sheriff Stines punches the number in and attempts to call. By the looks of things, the number isn't saved, however detectives say it was. What we do know for certain, due to cell phone records, is that his daughter's number had previously been called from the judge's phone on at least one occasion before the 19th of September.
Why does the judge have the man's daughter's phone number in his phone? And we could verify he done called her at least one time. Let that marinate for a second, y'all. The judge, so the nigga played him. I mean, let me use your phone. I'm trying to get a hold of my daughter, man. She ain't answering the phone, man. Put the number in the phone. Oh, ain't that some shit? The number popped up and you done called my motherfucking daughter, nigga. If I don't...
Investigators say that moments before the shooting, the sheriff used the judge's phone to call his teenage daughter, whose number was apparently saved in the judge's phone. Rumors began to fly that the judge was in a relationship with the daughter.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lila Stines. I am 18 years old.
Now, the sheriff's daughter, Lila Stines, is finally addressing those rumors in a series of TikTok videos.
Do you all not have anything better to do than to sit and gossip? You are taking my pain and making it your pleasure.
She also had this to say.
A lot of you are asking, what stories? What do you mean by gossip? And what I mean by that is the stories that were made up about me and the other party, the rumors that had been spread about me.
Before the shooting, Sheriff Stines was the highest-ranking law enforcement official in Letcher County, Kentucky. This video was taken in 2018, showing him goofing around with his daughter in a patrol car, lip-syncing to, of all things, "I Shot the Sheriff."
I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
And "I Fought the Law."
The stories were made up about me and the other party.
The sheriff has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder.
After the phone call, which, by the way, didn't actually go through, Sheriff Stines' whole demeanor completely changes. Out of nowhere, he reaches for his department-issued firearm, takes aim at Judge Mullins. This continues for a couple of minutes, and then boom. Sheriff Stines opens fire within the chambers. Judge Mullins would be pronounced dead on the scene.
Shot and killed inside his chambers. The local sheriff, Shawn Stines, is accused of killing him. Officials say Stines shot 54-year-old Judge Kevin Mullins multiple times after an argument. 43-year-old Stines was charged with first-degree murder. Matt Gayhart, a state trooper in Kentucky, says the situation is not normal for the small town and that the residents are safe.
What kind of individual of a judge is that? There's no way you can explain to me why that number was in there. And listen, man, if we was cool, I would know why the number was in there. He had no idea. It sounded like to me there was something going on. He caught wind of it. He said, I ain't doing it.